Hello there. In this video, what I'm going to do is show you a couple of ways to stretch the quads. The most important of the muscles that needs to be stretched in this system here is called the rectus femoris. It goes from the pelvis and it attaches below the knee. So that's the one that typically gets the tightest. That along with the more lateral quad called the vastus lateralis. Now, as I say in my other stretching videos, there's usually a reason that we get tight. And lots of people have, when I test them, sort of ideal length in the quad. But if it's not there, we need to address both the causes, which is often going to be a weakness in either the core and the glutes or both, which results in an overuse of this quad system. So we need to both deal with the weaknesses and then deal with the flexibility issue. Okay, so I'm going to show you three here. The first one, I would consider it my most modified one. Who do I use this stretch with? I tend to use this one with people who may lack the ability to bend their knee into end range. It might be post-surgical, it might be arthritis, many reasons that can prevent you from doing this full bend. So we use a chair, okay? So for this one, you want something to balance on because this is not a balance test. This is a flexibility exercise. So make sure there's something you can hold on to. You're going to take your foot up onto a surface, and this is a height that I would typically use. Everybody has a chair. From there, you want to make this stretch really active. So what you're going to do is pull in your stomach, squeeze your bum, and press forward. If there's tightness in this quad and you've activated, you should be able to feel it in through the front of the thigh. From there, you're going to hold it for about 30 seconds. Now, for people that have really extreme tightness, I will sometimes get them to hold it longer, but I would say use 30 seconds as your general rule. Holding the quad, or holding the glutes rather, stretching the quad. So keep this glute really fired up as you do it. Okay. The second one we're going to do is sort of the basic. Now, this is the one that I'll give most people because it's easy to use anywhere, anytime. Once again, balance might be an issue. So what you want to do is find something to hold on to. I got a wall here, okay? Then you're going to grab onto your foot, pull your heel towards your bum. Now, this is way more effective as an active stretch. So you can just do this and let it go. But if you're pulling your stomach, you squeeze your bum, you pull your knee towards the other knee, that's a whole other story. So as active as you can in the imposing muscle groups is what you want to do to make this effective. Very much like the stretches for the iliopsoas, if you've seen that video. You want it to be really active because I would say when I find a tightness in the quad, there's almost always an underactivity in the abdominals and the glutes. So you really need those to be fired up to make this an effective stretch. So again, 30 seconds is your general rule there, okay? Number 3 is just a kneeling quad stretch. Now, who do I use this with? I tend to use this for my clients who they find that their knee is a little bit sore when they do that, or they just can't find the stretch. So here it is. You're going to come down onto one knee, all right? From there, you're going to pull in your stomach, you're going to squeeze the bum, and you're going to press forward. You don't need to come forward into a runner's lunge. It's just an active tilt of the pelvis, using primarily the gluteus maximus, but also by pulling in the stomach a little bit, okay? For me, it's not quite as intense as the standing one, but I feel a nice solid stretch there. And it's a little easier to make it effective than the one with your foot up on the chair. I think it just gives you, you're in a more stable position. So it's easier to activate these muscles to get the stretch. All right? There are 3 stretches that I typically use with my clients. Again, foot up on the chair, heel to glute, and a kneeling quad stretch. Hopefully you find those helpful. Thank you so much for watching.